The Kawasaki Ninja 650 is one of the most competitively priced bikes in its category.
But being a 2019 model, how does this bike still feel? I can say it's an excellent bike. We're going to review it. This is the ultimate review on this bike. It's got all the modifications I'm ever going to do to it, including the new number plate on the back there. So I hope you enjoy it. Let's go for a ride. Let's tell you how good this bike is and how much fun it is. As you can tell, it's noisy. Very little restriction on this exhaust. When she's cold, she'll pop even then. So everything's nice and clear on here, and that tinted visor's just right when you tuck it in. And finding neutral, nice and easy, and the bike warms up quite quickly, say like half a mile, and you're pretty much there, ready to go. The thing about having this level of power, so usable on the road, you can use all of it. The 650cc parallel twin engine is a great engine. It's reliable, it delivers the power well. Yes, compared to maybe a 3 or 4 cylinder, it might not be what you're looking for, but as an entry-level bike or an intermediate bike, it still has good sound and good power delivery. It has torque at 64 Newton meters. So a big question will always be, what's it like to sit on? Well, not too aggressive. Your knee's going to be relatively comfortable. Wrists aren't going to have too much pressure on them, or your shoulders. Your back's going to be okay as well. So actually it's very good, but yet it still looks sporty enough. Like coming down the side here, it's a good looking bike. I would say, yeah, feels good, looks good, very much enjoyable to ride. 300mm brakes on the front there really bring you to a steady halt. I would say it's a little bit of a struggle at slower speeds. Now we've got these 20-mile-an-hour zones. Third gear is the best gear for it, and I'd had complaints about the throttle being snatchy. It still is a little bit. Doing the chain tension has really helped. And I really find the power band being between like 4,000 and 7,000. Kind of after 7,000, it's not doing much. Mirrors are nice, relatively visible. The colour, obviously that's personal preference. Green's never really been my go-to colour. It's normally, well, at least with cars it's blue. With bikes I've always thought that black's quite nice, and red. So maybe I'm a bit of a Ducati fan. These levers are a nice touch. I haven't actually ridden it with the standard levers, but these are great. Obviously the main thing I want to talk about is the sound of this exhaust. That's obviously the biggest thing that's changed on the bike. It's a little bit obnoxious when you're around your neighbours, but as soon as you get out and about, you know, nobody really cares when you're out in the countryside like this. Okay, let's see. Not sure how much more power you ever really need. Enough power to have done. Suspension's nice and comfortable. If you're in a corner, I'm not going to blame the tyres because I think the tyres are fine. The suspension isn't that good at getting you out of trouble. So if you do find you have a little wobble in a corner, do kind of just have to accept that it will eventually settle and grip up. I've ridden some really nice suspension bikes with some like Olands and stuff like that, and you don't even notice that the bike's been upset, whereas this, you know it's been upset. This bike isn't tech heavy. There isn't too much going on here. It's all the simple things that you need. You can see your fuel, you can see your range, you can see your miles per gallon. But other than that, it's pretty stripped back. But everything you need is there. The bike's weight comes in at just under 200 kilos and is relatively fuel efficient. You're going to be finding it's anywhere between 40 to 50 miles per gallon. Normally at the higher end of that. If you're getting on it, then yeah, it's going to be on the lower end of that, and obviously much lower if you're really getting after it. But generally speaking, you're going to find that it's very fuel efficient and you're not going to be having to visit the petrol station quite too often. No TC, so yeah, if it's raining, it's chalky, so it's something you would have to think about, but so long as you're not being silly, you will be fine. The main thing is ABS. When you hit those brakes, yeah, see, bumps like that would be very uncomfortable on this. Love the sound of engines. Oh. on it. You can. Because this takes longer to increase in speeds, the longer you can spend in high RPMs on the road. So in many ways, it's better. I think if you're going to commute, this would be great for that. I would probably get the newer version though. I think it's from 20 plate onwards where you have traction control, and then if you commute in, whether it's raining or not, you just got that peace of mind. I think they could have made the bike a little bit more attractive on the sides here, but yeah, I think it's a good 7 out of 10 for attractiveness. 6.5. 6.5? Yeah.
It's an excellent bike to ride, and it's the fact that they're so available that you can actually get on something like this with decent power at a relatively entry-level price, and then the reliability is there. You can just fire at the bike, off you go, no issues to worry about. When it comes to servicing, the first thing I did when I bought the bike is I just did an oil service. That's all it really needed at the time. Very simple to get to the oil filter at the bottom there. Now you obviously can't review a modified bike without mentioning how the modifications have affected the bike. The big thing for me is having a free-flowing aftermarket exhaust that we've got on here. The tone of the Parallel Twin isn't amazing, but it is good, and obviously people can hear you coming, which is great when you're comparing it to the stock exhaust, which is so quiet. It's almost dangerous, especially when filtering through traffic. So this is great sounding bike when it's freed up, but I would say if you're running a stock exhaust, when you go to start riding that bike, you will be surprised at how quiet it is. When you start to get like around 5,000–6,000 RPM, then you can start to hear it a little bit. But yeah, like low revs around town is very quiet. If you was to run a pillion passenger on this, how's that gonna feel? Well, I have ridden it a couple of times with a pillion. It's not too bad. The seating position is obviously quite aggressive and not that much support for them. So short rides, okay, yeah, fine, down to the beach, maybe to a friend's house, but I wouldn't be going any more than 20 or 30 miles if I could avoid it, because it's just really not that comfortable for a pillion. Okay, so would I recommend the Ninja 650? Absolutely, it's a great bike. If you're on an A2 license, technically you could restrict this for it to be compliant, but if you're just getting your full license, there's plenty of power here, there's plenty of great styling to enjoy. You could enjoy it for many, many years. Also, their values stay strong, so you could own it 1–2 years, not really lose anything on it, and then start to look for something else. So if it's going to be your first big bike, this is an excellent choice.